30-degree air temperature.
Brr.
Water temperatures in the 40s.
I'm starting to get cold now.
Is there better weather for smallmouth bass fishing? Backwoods Angler TV takes to the upper Delaware River on a windy winter afternoon.
Look at the size of his tail.
Come along, we'll teach you what to throw, where to fish, and why in the world you'd want to be out there in the first place.
And that's just a wonderful feeling when they do that.
Catch it all here.
My favorite time of the year to catch smallmouth.
Backwoods Angler TV, your freshwater fishing authority for the northeastern United States. It's winter smallmouth bass fishing today on Backwoods Angler TV. The water temperature on the Delaware River has been steady in the 40s. River smallmouth bass are hunkered down in their wintering areas and will stay there. High water may force movement from time to time, but they'll find areas where they can be secure regardless of the flows. It's the cold water period, and it means the jig bite is on and big fish are to be had.
Today on Backwoods Angler TV, I'm with my partner, Chris Gorsuch, and we are in some cold, breezy conditions in deep water on the Delaware River, and take a look at what we're after.
It's a pretty bass, man.
Cold water smallmouth bass on hair jigs. That's a Don's Millennium jig made by BC Dampman Lures. That's a good old smallmouth right there. I'm in my element, man. Hair jigs. Mushmouth bite, that's what we call them. Mushmouth or feel funny. My partner's on, baby. Woo! A jumper! 38 degrees and they're jumping.
That, forgot about the mushmouth bite. It just racked me.
That one, tap it?
He tapped it real hard.
Good.
Surprised.
That's cool. That one I just caught was a mushy bite. It seems like what we typically find, the bigger fish on a hair jig tend to be more mushy, and those little ones, I don't know what it is, but I think they're just more aggressive when they eat it. Those big ones, they just kind of go down there and they're not moving real fast, and those little ones, they'll tend to hit it a little harder and you'll feel that tap up through your rod. That's why good graphite rod. The Shimano Crucials are so great for that. You're throwing a Kumara, just those two rods I think are they've been the best jig rods I've ever
I can't argue with that.
You have the right combination, rod and reel, line, everything's working for you, and you get that right weight on that jig, man, there is nothing better than a good cold water jig bite. My favorite time of the year to catch smallmouth. You know what, really? My favorite time of the year to catch smallmouth is when they're biting.
When they're biting. I was just going to say, anytime they're eating is a good time. That's my favorite time, too.
It's hard to beat this, though.
This is nice because you know there's not going to be a lot of pressure. You're not going to have a lot of people out here fishing today. It is cold. Just took my gloves off a little while ago. And I absolutely love it.
It's a good fish. And you got a real good shot.
Had a good fish.
Had a really good fish. Almost any bite.
Just look at the size of it. That's perhaps, the thrilling part about it is, you're not going to go out here and catch 40 bass.
Yeah.
But what you are going to catch is, you're going to have a chance of catching a real big bass that, for most parts of the year, you're just not going to get.
They're fighting so cold, but yet they're jumping. It's respectable. A slim smallmouth on a Millennium jig. That was a mushmouth bite right there.
Stick around for more cold water fishing right here on Backwoods Angler TV.
Backwoods Angler TV, brought to you by Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Solar Bat, polarized fishing sunglasses. Rapala. Signs by Tomorrow, signs and graphics nationwide. And by Gamma, molecularly altered fishing line. Zico Shoes. Wacky Worm, the true secret in fishing. BioEdge, fish attractants. Fish with the edge. BioEdge. Dorsey Flashlights. And by Case Plastics, makers of the sinking salty shad. Backwoods Angler TV presents Coldwater River Fishing Secrets. In this seminar series on DVD, Blaine and Chris cover all your questions. Where, when, and how to locate river smallmouth in the coldest weather. For this and other DVDs on bass fishing techniques for any situation, visit backwoodsanglertv.com.
As anglers, we really need to understand the importance of both eye protection and eyewear. Solar Bat is determined to offer performance polarized sunglasses for all sports enthusiasts at a great value so that all customers can afford performance polarized eyewear. For an added value, BWA TV fans will receive 10% off the original price when they enter the promo code BWATV at checkout at solarbat.com.
Hello, we are Our Incredible Foods. This is our seafood cake, which is a combination shrimp, crab, and scallop. Our cakes are made with domestic product, all made by hand. We have a seafood cake, again, shrimp, crab, and scallop, available through mail order. There are boxes of 32 cakes, handmade, and boxes of 12 cakes available. They are shipped to you through overnight mail, and you do receive them in a reusable styrofoam container, as well as with dry ice that will make sure you receive them in good order. Once again, it's www.OurIncredibleFoods.com. Thank you and enjoy.
For 5 years now, the folks at Sportsman's Table have been dedicated to helping families make the most of their outdoor harvest. Active outdoorsmen will love the quality and selection found at sportsmanstable.com. Products include butchering supplies, seasonings and marinades, wildlife pottery, and rustic table decor. Whether for you or a unique gift for a family member or friend, Sportsman's Table has a lot to offer dinner tables all over America. www.sportsmanstable.com.
Eric J. Conrad, Mark B. Stanziola, and Paraskevola Mamunez of Thomas Conrad & Conrad, a firm providing over 25 years of personal injury and family law practice. An unexpected injury can be an awful and painful experience, and medical bills can pile up. Let us help you get the money you deserve. There's no fee if there's no recovery. We also handle divorce, custody, support, and more. Plus, we have multiple offices throughout the Lehigh Valley and surrounding areas for your convenience. Call today.
Backwoods Angler TV, brought to you by Ace Recreational Marine Insurance. Ensuring progress. Shimano. Gorilla Glue. O'Keeffe's Working Hands, the leading hand cream for people who work with their hands. And by sportsmanstable.com, complementing your sporting lifestyle.
Welcome back to Backwoods Angler TV. It's early winter and Chris Gorsuch and myself are fishing the Delaware Water Gap, a beautiful preserved wild area bordering New Jersey and Pennsylvania. It is a hidden hotspot in the wintertime. Smallmouth bass will still be active in the winter when temperatures drop below 40 degrees. You just need to know what to throw. Today we're using hair jigs and fishing slowly and pulling in some nice sized smallies.
That's the exciting part about it. Good fish. I love the hair jig bite.
38-degree air temperature. And we're catching smallies, baby.
On the hair jig. Nice. I absolutely love it.
Chris, explain what that bite feels like exactly. What you're looking for when you're looking for a bite.
It's more than weight. There's actually a little bit of a tick to it, and it's a great feeling. It really is. It's a very interesting, almost a ghost tick, if you will. It's a little bit of a weight, and as you lift it, you can feel the fish almost wake up. It's almost like the fish grab it, and they're just kind of sitting with it, and you feel just something that doesn't feel quite right. It's like a mush mouth or a ghost tick, and when you lift it, you can feel the fish getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and that just, because you don't know when you first hook into them if it's going to be a 14, 15 like we just had, or it's going to be a 20.
Right.
It's just a fantastic, it's why you suffer through the cold weather.
It's an awful way to suffer, isn't it?
It's a terrible way to suffer. That tanked it. That really tanked it.
Woo! That's a little heifer. A big D heifer.
When I went to lift up on it, I could barely move it. And that's just a wonderful feeling when I do that. Man, that's a heavy fish
Yes, it is. That's
compared to
nice.
what we had so far.
Very, very nice winter fish.
And away she goes. She saw that water and said, "Send me back home, baby. It's too windy up there." Yeah, when you first lift and you can feel that first solid head jig, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It goes from weight, and all you do is you feel that fish go to one side.
That's the difference between a real hard jig bite and the mush mouth bite that we talk about. You're almost looking for that mush and then that first head movement or head shake. Whereas if they go down there and they flare their gills and pop it, you feel that doop.
Right. It's like
Big
you
difference.
feel something that's obviously not bottom anymore, and then and when you lift, and all I'm waiting for is that first wave, that first thud. You can kind of determine what the size of the fish is already before you ever even see it.
It's tricky. It's tricky to detect it. When I teach this type of a bite, I'll teach if you feel a stick, if you feel a leaf, set the hook. Don't wait.
The other thing that makes it really tough this time of year is we almost always have wind.
Yeah, you got wind blowing now, especially. It's tough.
It's tough on your hands. It's tough on your feeling the jig.
Concentration's big.
Yep.
If I'm cold, I don't concentrate as well. If I have to go to the bathroom, I don't concentrate as well. If I'm hungry or thirsty, there's a lot of variables that go into winter fishing, and one of the things is comfort. You can't dress warm enough. Dress in layers, you can remove layers. This Cabela's Guidewear is top shelf stuff. You can always remove clothes. You can't ever snap your fingers and have it with you if you don't have it. And something to break this wind, a good outer shell like the Guidewear is so important.
There's so much pressure. I can feel the wind on the tip of my rod, and there's literally so much pressure on this.
So hard to feel the jig. And we're fishing deep. I mean, these aren't shallower, 5 and 6 and 7 foot deep holes and flats. We're fishing 40 feet of water behind me. Some of these holes are deep holes.
Real close to the boat.
Woo! That's another tank, baby.
Jeez.
Feeling that jig biting it.
You said it earlier, but these Shimano rods.
No, you
I mean,
can't beat that, man. It's windy and you're feeling that bite.
I had a couple of really good anglers on my boat the other day, but their equipment just really wasn't as good as what it probably should have been. I absolutely love them.
Fun little area, isn't it?
It is. My hands are freezing. I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera or not, but the wind is howling. You can see it across the water here, and it's just...
It isn't pleasant out here right now, friend.
Those fish, whew. It's nice to see them as wound up as they are.
It's amazing. I wish I could get that wound up when it was this cold. This is about the only thing that'll do it.
Anymore, right?
Otherwise, I'd be sitting at home doing nothing today, man.
We'll give you a few minutes to warm up while we change locations. Come back for more from Backwoods Angler TV in just a moment. Unforeseen accidents on the water can and will happen on occasion. If
you do happen to suffer a boating accident, you'll want insurance that includes all coverages you'll need to get you back on the water quickly.
Ace Recreational Marine Insurance provides all this plus added coverage for your fishing equipment, protection against uninsured boaters and theft, and even coverage for tournament bass boats. All for a reasonable price.
I'm Blaine Mangle, and this is why I have my boat insured with Ace. Backwoods Angler TV, brought to you by Ace Recreational Marine Insurance. Catch it all here.
Need a better battery? Get the one preferred by Autotex 5-to-1 over any other. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
When it comes to fishing, there's a fine line between failure and success. There's a fine line between winning and losing. There's a fine line between the trophy and just another fish story. That line is gamma. Gamma, molecularly altered fishing line.
Nice fish. What's his secret? It's wacky worm where bass is king. Crankbaits, spinnerbaits, jerkbaits, and more. Check out our 70-foot wall of plastics. Over 800 rods and reels from the leading manufacturers, plus our own handcrafted jigs and soft plastic lures. For tons of tackle and friendly service, Wacky Worm, the true secret in fishing. Welcome back to winter on Backwoods Angler TV. I suffered many years from the common thought that bass in the Northeast go dormant in the wintertime, until I went out and fished it for myself. Bass are still active in the winter, and as my partner Chris Gorsuch and I found out today, they can be very active.
I'm just surprised that they're jumping as much as they're jumping.
Isn't that amazing?
I'm
you look how cold they are, yet they're trying to jump.
I'm really surprised at how much they're jumping. Real pretty colors on these fish, though.
Now that fish got stuck on the bottom.
Yep, my jig got stuck and I popped it. When I popped it, it went thunk. And I'm thinking, boy, that does not feel right. I love it. I absolutely love it. That is such a cool feeling. Literally, I popped it and you could feel the jig go straight out of the snag that it was in, and it hit something that was not a rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I tightened the line on it and lifted up on it, and that's when I set the hook, and that's when it was there.
It's the best.
So while that jig's down there, you know, literally doing this in the water, that fish is staring at it, and when it makes that burst, when you pop that line free and it bursts free, that fish just hits it like a ton of bricks. Now that fish was out further. That fish was a good half distance back to the boat.
That's where I was getting them the other day. Just like that one.
Ooh, that's a good fish. That's a long fish.
That fish was out the same area.
Ted, that's a long fish right there.
That is a long, thin one, isn't it?
That's a long fish.
Chris just caught his. He said it was out further, and that was the exact same situation there. This is a pretty fish, man.
Good colors on it, though.
I'm throwing a Millennium jig, and I'm a big fan of the rabbit hair. That is rabbit hair, and as you can see, that's a dry one. How puffy and full of life that thing is. Now, when that drops in the water, it gets mashed down like that, but that'll spread out like a pom-pom at the bottom, and it'll kind of poof. And I can let that thing sit motionless on the bottom. If they want motion, which it seems like they want a little bit today, I'll put the skinny chunk on the back of it, which gives it a swimming action. But if they don't want the motion, this thing will sit at the bottom in cold water and it'll just kind of poof out. It gives itself life. It pulsates at the bottom, and those bass just sit there and they stare at it because they're not moving for a bait. That's a wet one, and that's the dry version.
It's just a cold day, you know?
It is. It's really cold out right now. That one was way up on the bank. Little peanut.
Lively today, that's for sure.
Water temperatures in the low 40s. Air temperatures what? Upper 30s. Breeze blowing. And we're catching smallmouth like crazy. Plenty more where that came from. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more in a moment.
During the break, visit the shop at BackwoodsAnglerTV.com. We've got DVDs, books, lures, and more.
What is with this fish?
Tips and techniques for fishing in the Northeast or wherever you are.
That is a quality bass, no matter how you slice it, no matter where you catch it.
Mountain Man Outdoor Supply, a leading wholesale distributor of hunting and fishing supplies. Highest quality yet affordable gear for the outdoorsman. Family operated, located in Central PA. Visit mountainmanoutdoorsupply.com.
Want to catch more bass? Try a Rage Rig. The weighted stroker from Motorhooks is designed just for it and provides better performance. Get a Rage Rig today at motorhooks.com.
KGT Unique Gifts. With one stop, you can show her how much you really appreciate all she does at home. Visit www.kgtuniquegifts.net.
Hello, we are Our Incredible Foods. This is our seafood cake, which is a combination shrimp, crab, and scallop. Our cakes are made with domestic product, all made by hand. We have a seafood cake, again, shrimp, crab, and scallop, available through mail order. There are boxes of 32 cakes, handmade, and boxes of 12 cakes available. They are shipped to you through overnight mail, and you do receive them in a reusable styrofoam container, as well as with dry ice that will make sure you receive them in good order. Once again, it's www.OurIncredibleFoods.com. Thank you and enjoy.
Mark Holenchik Home Improvements now installs sun tunnels. Do you have a dark room or hallway? A sun tunnel skylight can brighten your home. And you'll save on your electric bill by not using lights during the day. We can transform your room in just a couple of hours. Call now and receive a 3-day, 2-night hotel accommodation at one of 24 popular resort destinations. Be sure to visit our website or call Mark Holenchik Home Improvements today.
Do you own an outboard jet motor? Backwoods Angler TV's new DVD, 30-minute PM Outboard Jet Preventative Maintenance, is sure to save you money from repairs, and it will keep you on the water and on the fish.
Backwoods Angler TV is brought to you by the Delaware River Smallmouth Bass Fishing Handbook. Tips and techniques, tactics and information on seasonal patterns for any river situation. These are the techniques Blaine uses 200 days a year guiding on the Delaware River. Pick up your copy today at shop.BackwoodsAnglerTV.com.
Welcome back to Backwoods Angler TV. As the leaves fall and winter settles into the northeastern United States, river smallmouth go dormant. Right? Not quite.
There's one way out.
Today on Backwoods Angler TV,
Good fish,
Chris Gorsuch
good
and I are
fish.
bass fishing in the wintertime
good
on the
fish.
Delaware River.
I can't believe they're jumping.
Dog! What is it, April?
Bass will often school up in the winter, and you may find one hole in the river and be able to fish there all day.
Hey Chris, what'd he eat?
Hair jig. Eat a little hair jig. I love the hair jig bite. How long that guy is. That's a long fish.
It is a long fish. Got that classic Delaware River lean, mean look.
And it was mean too.
Water temperature low 40s and they're jumping like...
And splashing. Brr! Doggone it. Quit it.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. They're freezing cold too.
Now, I was watching you there, Chris. Was that a situation, did you miss him the first time?
Well, I felt weight, and when I lifted it, it let go, and I didn't pull. I just let it fall right back to where it was.
That's an important point.
Yep. I didn't pull it away from it.
There are fish in this spot.
There's no question.
There are fish. We found fish in two little areas today. An important point when you're cold water fishing, when you find them, there isn't a whole lot of reason to fish fast and move, because typically they'll be in areas where they feel safe, whether the water's high or low, in areas where there might have been bait fish previously, like in the fall, and they might just be holding in an area like that. So that there's no need to drift and keep looking for fish. If you find a couple in a spot, stay there and try and get the other ones. You'll get the aggressive ones first, and then you can be assured that there will be others there. And that's what we're finding today. We're getting a couple of aggressive ones, and then we're kind of picking apart, and we're getting 2 or 3 others in the spot, just because we're sitting on the same areas.
Get him.
Little guy. That's my size today, right there. 14 inches. Slender little 14-incher on that black hair jig. What we found as the day has progressed, earlier in the day we were picking some fish that were up a little bit shallower up on some of these rocks. And as the day's gone on, the fish seem like they're moving off. They're moving off the deeper drop-off. I mean, the boat's in 20 feet of water here. So those fish are in that 12 to 15 foot deep range, maybe even deeper than that. They're moving out off the bank. Looked like there were some spunky ones this morning that were a little bit easier to catch when they're up shallow, but now they've kind of relaxed, and they're moving out to their deeper holding area, and they've become a little bit harder to catch. So we got out of that. There's a couple bends right here, so we got out of the wind and decided to come back up here where we could fish these jigs a lot better deep, and it's paying off pretty nicely for us right now.
Nice fish.
Get it out of your system. Chris is on. We got a hair jig double. Are you kidding me? Hair jig fishing on the Delaware River with my boy. Good job, man. This was cool.
A lot of fun, man.
This was cool. BackwoodsAnglerTV.com for more information, videos, blogs. It's fishing at its finest. I'm Blaine Mangle for Chris Gorsuch. Good fishing.
Stay warm.
The boat in the water, always make sure the plugs are in, and always take the straps off the back of the boat. I think this time we're going to actually get the boat in the river.